Hello, Senior Stoner fans. It's the real Senior Stoner back at you for your dab of the day. We have a variety of tools here for the dab of the day. We'll decide during today's discussion which it will be. Hello, everybody. Today is Saturday. As always, thanks for joining me. If you find today's talk interesting, don't forget to subscribe. Join the Senior Stoner family. Welcome you aboard anytime. Send a like my way, and I always respond to comments. Let's get started. How many of you out there have had a panic attack? How many of you out there have had an anxiety attack? Many of you out there don't even know you've had them, and you've had them. Panic attacks are sudden, intense urges of fear, panic or anxiety. They're overwhelming, and they have physical as well as emotional symptoms. Many people with panic attacks may have difficulty breathing, sweat profusely, tremble, and feel their hearts pounding through their chests. Some will also experience actual chest pain, pressure, and a feeling of detachment from reality or from themselves during a panic attack. So they may think they're having a heart attack. Sound familiar? Others have reported feeling like they're having a stroke. Panic attacks can be incredibly scary and may hit you quickly. But what can you do? What can you do when you're having one? And you know you're having one? How do you stop it? How do you minimize it before you even have it, when you feel it coming on? Well, we've talked about deep breathing. Hyperventilating is part of being in panic attack, which increases fear. Deep breathing can reduce the symptoms of a panic attack even during the attack. So if you're likely to control your breathing, you're less likely to be hyperventilating. So if you focus on taking deep, cleansing breaths, filling your chest and your belly, breathe in maybe for a count of 4. Hold for a second. Then breathe out on a count of 4. You will find yourself a little bit more at ease during the horrible panic attack. You got to recognize that you're having one. By recognizing it, you mean, I don't have a heart attack, I'm not dying. You can remind yourself it's temporary and it's going to pass and that you're okay. So the first thing I would do, now knowing during a panic attack, is go, wait a second, Senior Stoner, wait a second. It's not a heart attack. It's my panic attacks. So it takes away the fear of dying. It takes away the impending doom is looming. And you know what? Both of those are symptoms of panic attacks. So you can focus on other techniques as you go along, like just simply closing your eyes, because panic attacks often come from triggers. And if you're in a fast-paced environment with a lot of stimulus, you're just feeding your panic attack. So to reduce the stimuli and minimize the panic attack, close your eyes. Imagine yourself somewhere plain, somewhere easy. Long, big lawn. Just grass, no trees, blue sky. You know the concept. Practice being mindful. That's right. Since panic attacks can give us a feeling of detachment and separation from reality, well, mindfulness can combat that. That's right. Maybe even while it's happening. Focus on physical sensations you're familiar with, like digging your feet into the ground, or feeling the texture of your jeans or your sweatpants on your hands. Specific sensations that ground you to reality. The Ipcris files. Michael Caine used a rusty nail in the palm of his hand while he was being brainwashed to constantly remind him he's still here. He's feeling pain, believe it or not, was his cue. So you can keep yourself in reality with simple things. It's not a spy. Something simple will work very well. Now, we have to also focus and somewhere find an object that we can focus on. Pick one. Don't go crazy with something elaborate. This thing right here. Okay? Well, what you want to do is start to look at it in more detail from angles and specs and sizes, focusing on that instead of what's happening to you. You want to use muscle relaxation techniques. Just like deep breathing, muscle relaxation, if you constantly are tense, muscle relaxation can really help bring the panic attack down. So you can go and try to relax your hand, then further up your wrist, and then further up to your lower arm. The point is, you're doing something very simple with your arm and your hand and your fingers, but you're moving in the right direction. That's right, you're relaxing your muscles. And they're going to be most effective if you've tried doing this before the panic attack happens. A lot of the things we're talking about are techniques that will help you while you're in the panic attack, but are better served if you've learned them a little bit. Watch the video, you'll hear it. My point is, you want to picture yourself in a happy place. That's not so hard. What's your happy place? Fishing with Sugar and Mrs. Stoner? Is your happy place sitting back and just watching TV? What about a cabin in the mountains? What about the beach with the rolling waves? Picture yourself wherever it is with as many details as you could possibly come up with. Putting your toes in the sand, feeling the warm water rush over your body as you're standing in the knee-high waves. Okay? It should be a quiet, relaxing place. Don't be in the streets of New York. I'm in Times Square. Wow. And don't be, I'm a tourist in Hong Kong or Tokyo. I always wanted to see the Orient. Okay? You can't be like that, no matter how much you love those cities in real life. You want to try to engage your endorphins. That's right, to keep the blood pumping the right way. Because you're stressed, you want to do just a little bit of exercise, all right? Some type of exercise. I do exercise. I walk Sugar. Okay, there's actual exercise coming out of this body, if you can believe it. So, what you want to do is you want to remember your internal mantra. You have a mantra, and you know what it's going to be? Whatever relaxes you and puts you in a better spot. It's going to give you something to grasp onto during a panic attack. You know, you're going to know what you want your lifeline to be. Everyone has a different one. Mrs. Stoner, I'm holding somebody else. You know, everybody has somebody else they're going for, or has somebody going for them. But you've got to remember also the mantra, as relaxing and reassuring as it should be, could be something very, very simple in a panic attack. Just remember, this too shall pass, okay? It's hard to think like that when you're having it, okay? Now, if your panic attack is really uncomfortable and difficult, call 911. Get emergency help right away. Call your psychiatrist, your psychologist, whoever you've been talking to. Get help right away. If it's so bad where you really feel something's going to happen to you or someone you love, get help immediately. So, remember, it's really important. Everyone gets panic attacks. Everyone has anxiety attacks. We have to find ways to cope with them when they happen. You can have it happen at the checkout of the supermarket or with your most loved person you have in the world. It takes absolutely no shape or form hostile. It's spontaneous. That's what panic attacks are all about. I think I'm going to have to go for Hunibadger with Bubbler. Hunibadger with Bubbler can be possibly one of the strongest devices I have to get the hit when you really want the hit. I need the hit today. We're going to turn the Hunibadger on with 5 clicks. As always, if you enjoyed today's video and you feel it helped you, join the Senior Stoner family. Hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to put a like my way, and I reply to all comments. Here we go. Oh my Lord. the Hunibadger. The strongest hit you can get. Senior Stoner. Thank you so much for joining me today, everybody. Have a wonderful Saturday night. Cheers.